So let's just say what a time to be alive. The Samsung S23 is available at 45,000 currently on Flipkart Gold sale without any card discounts. And even if you end up watching this video after the sale, don't worry, it's a good sign that this sale price is gonna come back and maybe even lower in the BBD sales. And the Samsung S24 is available at around 60,000 rupees, and that too without any sale or card discounts on Amazon. So there's a clear 15,000 rupees gap. So now the question is, how much more will you be getting on the S24 by spending about 15,000 more, or is the S23 a better deal even in 2024? Well, let's find out. Starting right off with the build and design, and both of them looks and almost feels exactly the same. The S23 is a bit more compact as it has a little smaller 6.1 inch display, while the S24 has a 6.2 inch one, and also the S23 might feel more comfortable in the hand due to its rounded edges and curvy design, while the S24 might feel a bit more grippy in the hand due to its boxy and less rounded design. Both of these uses a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection in both of its front and its back glasses, and an armor aluminum frame which comes with a glossy finish on the side, although the S23 feels a bit more shiny. Both of them are also IP68 certified, has all the necessary 5G and 4G bands, NFC support, wireless and reverse wireless charging, and USB Type-C 3.1 port, and basically all the good features you can expect from a good flagship phone. When it comes to the display, the S23 uses a 6.1 inch panel while the S24 uses a 6.2 inch one, but both of them uses almost the same dynamic AMOLED 2X panels, with the only differences being the LTPO tech that is being only used in the S24, which can go from 1 Hz to 120 Hz, even though it might only drop to around 24 Hz, while the S24 can drop to around 48 Hz to 120 Hz, which kinda indicates a better battery life on the S24, but we're gonna see the reality in the battery section. But is the S24 uses an LTPO tech in its display along with a brighter 2600 nits of peak brightness as compared to only 1750 nits on the S23, but using either of them under the sun or for viewing HDR content wouldn't be an issue. It's just that the S24 has an overall brighter and power saving display as compared to S23, but display quality wise both are excellent. But on the camera side of things, the difference gets very minimal. The specs of both of these phones are exactly the same, be it in the rear cameras or in the front cameras, or even in the photo quality or in the video quality. I mean, yes, there will be some differences between them, but again, you really have to pinpoint out those differences, and only then you can find those differences, because just like the camera specs, the output is also very similar too. So if you were looking for a camera phone among these two and that's all you need, then just save your money and get the S23. It won't give you a chance of regretting. However, the performance section might give you some regrets. The S23 uses the lovable Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, while the S24 uses the not so lovable Exynos 2400. Now let me clear this out, none of them are a bad processor. Instead, the Exynos actually performs better in the Antutu and Geekbench tests, but where it lags behind is in the stability, where the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 shines. So playing games might seem a little better on the S24 first, but after 30 minutes of gaming, it will start showing stability issues. The reason being a little more heating issue on the Exynos. It's not like the Snapdragon doesn't heat, but it can manage heat a little better than the Exynos one. So even though the S24 in raw performance beats the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, but in real life, especially in heavy usage, most people won't feel the difference. So yeah, performance wise, I would call this a tie among them two. Only in some areas the S24 will outshine the S23, but again the price gap won't justify that. Both of them has an 8GB of LPDDR5X RAM with 128GB of UFS 3.1 storage, or 256GB or 512GB of UFS 4.0 storage, but in this video I'm talking about the 128GB variants of these two. Now there is a significant difference in the software, where the S23 was launched with Android 13 back in 2023, and it was said that it would be getting 4 major Android updates and up to 5 years of security updates, while the S24 breaking all the records promises up to 7 years of software updates, but still unsure about the number of Android updates it will get and security updates on this one. But still a nice move by Samsung, but this also raises a question, will the hardware support such long updates on the S24? Well, let Samsung do its thing. They must have thought about this before promising, right? But the rest of the software is basically the same, with both of them getting Galaxy AI features till 2025, and the software experience is also exactly the same on both of these. Now the S23 uses a smaller 3900 mAh battery, while the S24 uses a little bigger 4000 mAh battery, but I've seen a lot of battery tests and I can say the difference between them isn't huge. Sometimes the S24 will lead and sometimes the S23. So in casual users, if you can get a full days of worth of power from the S23, you can expect the S24 to run like an hour more than that. The main issue here being the heat management of the Exynos chip, but it's way better than some of the previous Exynos chips. Both of them charges are 25 watts at max, which is not acceptable in 2024, and also you have to spend another 1000 to 1200 rupees on a 25 watts original Samsung charger, as none of them comes with a charger in the box. So yeah, overall in the battery department too, there's not much of difference or gap between them two. So in conclusion, the S24 is for those who can spend 60,000 rupees without much issues and wants a better software support, a little better display, and a little more power and battery, but that can be a little debatable as the differences isn't huge. The S23 is for those who wants a better value for money device while retaining all the good qualities from the S24 in a tight budget. So I guess this helped you choose your next phone, and let me know if you still have any confusion or doubts. This is the video about the Samsung S series pricing and which phones to buy in the upcoming BBD sale. This was Ridip, and till the next one, see you guys.